and welcome to this brief overview of the Sarasota County Public Utilities Municipal Cross-Connection Control Program. This overview discusses the jurisdictional qualifications of professionals participating in the program. Florida Administrative Code directive states, each community water system shall determine the qualifications for persons testing assemblies. In other words, the state does not make that determination. It is passed on to each utility. The mission. The mission of protecting the drinking water system is a shared responsibility as outlined in Local Ordinance 2016-009, which is a legally binding document between the public utilities and its water customers. The utilities customers are responsible to maintain their entire plumbing system according to local building codes and maintain backflow preventers according to the utilities program standards. Contractors are not a party to this binding agreement. However, when the utility authorizes a contractor to service the utility's water customer, these activities are performed at the direction of the utility, who is designated with the sole responsibility and authority for this mission. This arrangement is a professional agreement. Competency. There is no room for complacency. The Federal EPA Cross-Connection Control Manual emphasizes the need for education in the preface of the manual stating, control of cross-connections is possible, but only through thorough knowledge and vigilance. Education is essential, for even those who are experienced in piping installations fail to recognize cross-connection possibilities and dangers. Another reason to consider why utility training is critical to mission of safety is stated in the American Water Works Association, Manual M14. The plumbing code does not address the installation of backflow prevention devices on the service lines. This type of installation is typically a requirement of the public water system or state regulation. These standards are not within the scope of backflow certification courses or state licensing exams, meaning there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Accountability. Accountability is different than competency. Licensing and certifications represent skills, however, they make no representation of ethics or business practices of the certificate's holder. Many organizations and institutions outline the expected behaviors of its vendors or affiliates to align with the organization's stated values. They have their own processes and mechanisms to investigate and address violations of their codes of ethics. These consequences can include warnings, reprimands, fines, loss of privileges, suspension, or even termination of membership. Remember that the utility and the water customers are in a legally binding agreement. Customers are required to bear the burden of expense in the testing and maintaining of backflow preventers being required by the utility. Therefore, Sarasota County Public Utilities establishes acceptable business practices and accountability standards as the water customer fulfills their civic obligation. Thank you for watching.